Hey, you know what? I've learned a lot of different codes these past few weeks.
It's easy. I know all the codes already.
Hope Sheen's doing a better...
What's that?
I don't know! It sounds like a big thing! Take it up to the chop shop!
In that place.
Oh, let's go find out!
Jimmy, you gotta help me. I need to solve this flowchart or C++ problem or I'll never join you in 6th grade. Please help me. Please, please.
So that's why you're wailing. Flowchart's too easy.
It's easy for you to say. Come on, Jimmy. Help me.
Okay, but first, let's find a spot for us to concentrate.
Oh, I know a place.
Let's go. Let's go to the basics first about flowchart transition. Carl and I will show you about how it's done.
You need to know that a flowchart is a graphical presentation of a computer program in relation to its sequences. Like any other C++ programs, they require codes which require the four major operators, which are arithmetic, logical, relational, and assignment.
So the flowchart uses different symbols and shapes in order to show its different functions. There are 7 basic shapes which are oblong, circle, diamond, hexagon, parallelogram, box, and the arrowheads.
So what is the function of this shape?
An oblong indicates the start and end of a program. An arrow will determine where the next step would be. The orientation is commonly from up to bottom. The hexagon includes the variables to be used in the flowchart. Programs in C++ require to declare these variables so that the program will recognize them. A parallelogram is used to show input or output from a data source. A diamond, on the other hand, indicates a decision. It is usually followed by arrows leading to different outcomes. A rectangle is used to show a process, task, action, or operation. The text included inside the rectangle is usually a verb. Lastly, a circle. It is used to connect to another page or another section of the chart.
What about loop?
What loop? Oh, the loop statement. I'm still having trouble with that.
Me too. I only know a little bit. But I need to know it so I can pass.
Okay, this is a hard one. Think. Brain blast! A loop structure is a set of instructions that executes repeatedly until a condition is satisfied. The action performed by a loop structure must eventually cause the loop to terminate. Otherwise, an infinite loop is created. Huh? Let me show you. The decision shape is a critical factor in loop statements since they determine whether the read input will be executed or repeated until the condition is satisfied.
Ooh, I thought of an example. So we're given a task to write a flowchart into a C++ program that allows us to enter a number or which the sum is equal to 0.0, and the flowchart will not stop unless the inputted number is equal to 123. All the additional or not equal to 123 will be added and printed. So we're gonna translate it from flowchart to C++. Since we're dealing with flowchart, we're gonna start in writing the basics from the include iOS stream, from using namespace std, all the basics. So those are the important starting factors in writing and translating a flowchart to C++ program. So here we're typing the int main part of the start stage of the flowchart. Now since we're going to be declaring variables coming from the hexagon, and we're going to be declaring them from float since they're going to be repetitive and to be used furthermore in the program. So we're going to declare these variables as float, number, and sum. Since we actually wrote that sum is the overall value that will be presented. We don't really have the kind of specific value. So we've decided that we'll make it 0.0 since the entered number will be added until the inputted number will be 123. Since we're going to use this as a flowchart that will interpret as a loop, we're going to use the do while, or the other three major types, which is do while, and for. But we're going to do a do while since we're going to execute a flowchart that will have to have a condition, which is the number is equal to 123. And we've decided that while is also incorporated, but we need to, in order for us to actually present the program in writing the value. So we're going to declare this, enter a number. That will be using the formula from the parallelogram, sum plus equals the number, that which was by adding the inputted numbers that are also not 123, so they can be added. We're going to declare that as the number, and we're going to use the formula, which is sum plus equal number. So we know that in a while statement, we can declare that this character will be much more useful in adding and presenting all the variables that we can encounter. Now we're going to state a little bit of condition, which is the while. And since we're targeting for a number that's going to be equal to 123, the while statement will include the number, then the exclamation point, which exactly we're targeting for the exact number, and that will end the loop if the inputted number from the declared variable, which is the number, is equal to 123. Then the actual loop or the program will stop. So we're going to type the exclamation point is equal to 123. So the program stops at 123, and we can display cout. We can display the total sum. We can add the 123 plus the numbers you've entered that are not equal to 123. And we're gonna incorporate it by using the greater than symbols, two greater than symbols, in order to indicate the sum. We've used the formula from the do, and we can just type return 0 in ending the program, since we've already stated a lot about the sum and 123 target in our program. So we're gonna run this if the number is not equal to 123. They will certainly add. So it is, we're gonna type 12, then 2, and we're gonna stop at 123, and you get the total sum, which is 137. So the loop doesn't stop when you type 123, but since we already used 2, the program immediately terminated and added all the sum and resulted to 137.
Whoa, Carl, I think you're just as smart as Jimmy.
Something I came up on my own. Jimmy's still better.
Now we got it all covered. You think you got it, Shin?
Wait.
Brain blast!
So a flowchart is a graphical presentation of a computer program in relation to its sequence of functions. Flowchart include the use of shapes that indicates a specific function for the given iteration. The oblong indicates the start and end of a program. The arrow would determine where the next step would be. The hexagon includes the variables to be used in the flowchart. A parallelogram is used to show input or output from a data source. A diamond indicates a decision. A rectangle is used to show a process, task, action, or operation. And a circle is used to connect to another page or another section of the chart.
Whoa, Shin, you're a fast learner!
Of course I am. But wait, there's more.
There's more?
The loop structure is a set of instructions that executes repeatedly until a condition is satisfied. Else if, or if are common terms in applying for repetitive execution of the program. Yes or no determine the direction of the program. The action of performed by a loop must eventually terminate, otherwise it will be an infinite loop.
I think our hard work paid off for Sheen.
Hey, you better ace your exam, Sheen.
I'll be more ready than Ultra Lord!